Hey, it's your pal Uncle Nerdcore Dave coming at you. Not live, but almost sort of kind of live. Hey, I got a couple things I wanted to show you, but before we get the show started here, so I want you to check us out. I don't know if any of you guys remember Resident Evil 4, if you played Resident Evil 4, but I was out saving the world, and that merchant showed up. You know, the one that's like, hey, come over here. I got a few things that you might like. Well, he did. So I ended up getting that Superman number 14, Year of the Villain. This is the variant cover. This is the one that was recalled. And also the Supergirl number 33, Year of the Villain recall. Now, these are the B covers. The A covers are the ones that are super hot. But I like these covers better. Art Germ. And this one's got a kitty on it. Streaky the super cat, who is not digging that dog. Or the dog's not digging him. I don't know. But I guess these ones were reissued. Except for they don't have the Year of the Villain banners on them. On the reissues. So these are the original ones. Once things cool off with this stuff, I'm going to send them out to CGC, get CGC'd, and I'm going to send out a bunch of recalls too. That's going to be part of my CGC priorities here soon, unless something else changes. Like, man, if they get an X-Men logo, which you know they're going to do, they're going to get an X-Men logo for the headers on those. When that happens, I got a shit ton of stuff I want to send out. But until then, I'm going to send these guys out unless something changes. But over the weekend, I did, actually, Juh9 and I did a little run around, and I made one nice, it was a big purchase for me. I came across this. This is the Hanna-Barbera Space Ghost comic from 1966, man. So this is the first appearance of Space Ghost. I don't know if, I'm going to assume that the majority of people that are watching this are like me, middle-aged white guys, so you'll probably remember this. So Space Ghost, of course, was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon in the 60s originally, with his sidekicks Jan and Jace and Blip the monkey, or Space Monkey in this case. But anyways, he had power bands and kicked ass and fought giant praying mantises, and okay, maybe it doesn't sound as cool as it actually is. But then in the 90s, they had Space Ghost Coast to Coast on Cartoon Network. It was a talk show, and it was hilarious. And they would have special guest stars on and little segments like Zorak, Can You Help Me? And it was definitely amusing. I enjoyed the shit out of it. But anyways, that may or may not go out to CGC this weekend. I'm not quite sure yet. But I definitely wanted you guys to check that out, because honestly, I've never seen this thing before, and it's exciting. And now I'm going to assume that when I did a little, well, first of all, I did a little cleaning on this, and I hit it with the white eraser here, with this thing right here. I hit some of the whites up with it real lightly. Now this white eraser, as long as you're gentle with it, it will not tear the paper. I'm sure if you really wanted to and laid into it, it probably would. So the white's cleaned up really nice. There's definitely some crud on this though. But other than that, I'm going to assume that this thing's probably going to come back. Maybe somewhere, I'll say 5.5. I'm going to say when this thing comes back from CGC, it's going to be a 5.5. All right, guys. Well, Zorak, hit the music. Alright, y'all. I got my trusty Gerber dime. I got my trusty spy dog. And we are going to do some unboxings here. And this first one appears to have been from, I believe, yeah, this is eBay. So, oh no, this is from my pal Bach. So this week, obviously I have, dude, I just got done with a almost 14-hour shift. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out to the comic shop. That's why I'm going to make this video today and upload it and hopefully get to the comic shop maybe tonight, unless I get called out again. If not, definitely this weekend. By the way, this weekend's Batman Day, so if you can find a shop that's taking part in the Batman Day festivities, by all means, make sure you go, because there's a couple really cool books they're giving away. A really cool Batman Who Laughs variant, a reprint of Batman Who Laughs #1 that tied into the Dark Knight's Metal, and which basically is the origin story of Batman Who Laughs. And there was some other one, I can't remember what the hell it was called, maybe Night something. I don't know. Don't know what it is, but that's 3 books that are only available for Batman Day, so make sure you go and check it out. Right, Spy Dog? So we're going to open this up. This is what Buck grabbed for me this week, because I didn't pre-order these, and then I realized I needed them. So, trusty Gerber Don, do your thing. Actually, he's using blue paint tape, so we don't need to do that. But that was nice of him to put these in these Gemini mailers for me, and he stuck it in my mailbox because he knew I was working all night. What a swell guy. Thanks, Buckaroo. And let's check out what we got here. He got, oh wow, what's this? It's some kind of freebie. It's a J.J. Abrams Spider-Man promotional book, which is cool. Okay, and I asked him to grab this because I didn't realize this. It was an homage cover to X-Men #1. This is Absolute Carnage #3, I believe. Oh, Spy Dog likes that. So, yeah, if you remember the X-Men #1 cover, and I saw the, or maybe it's #4, I'm not even sure at this point. If you see the Absolute Carnage #5, this is Kyle Hott's variant. It actually has Carnage kind of standing there going, like Magneto does in the X-Men #1 from the Jim Lee series from the 90s. And then, of course, I had to get, he got me the Virgin cover. This is the die cut of Spider-Man #1 from J.J. Abrams and his son. Allegedly, his son wrote it. Whatever. But we'll check it out. I guess there's a first appearance of a new villain in here, and I'm definitely interested to see that. Now, thank you, Buck. Bitty, bitty, bitty. Thank you, Buck. Another old guy reference. Hey, so this next one actually is from eBay. And honestly, one of these I remember what it is, and the other stuff I'm not sure. I think I know what this is. Yeah, I do. And let's take a look and see. Okay, well, they taped the living shit out of this thing. That's good. Ain't gonna be mad at them for protecting it, going above and beyond on the protection. And let's see here. Okay, so it looks like it appears to be laying flat in the Gemini mailer. And, oh my. Tape, tape, and more tape. Come on, man. This might be easier said than done. Smile, you son of a bitch. That's my Roy Scheider impression. By the way, how did you guys like my story about the recalls? Some names have been changed to protect the guilty. So, anyways, let's see what we got here. This, oh look, they threw in a Year of the Villain issue. That's cool. That was very nice of them. And look at that. Boom. Ain't she pretty? Ain't she a beaut? So this is the second printing of the Spider-Man Annual 1, the Peter Porker cover. So, you guys know I love the Spider Pig. Boom. Mission accomplished. Very cartoony. Sweet. Alright, let's see what's next. This is from, this is an eBay, or no, this is Unknown Comics. This comes from Unknown Comics. You guys know I've only had one issue with them ever. And it wasn't shipping, and this doesn't appear to be damaged or anything either. It was actually, when I did order, what I did order came in, it looked like it was packed and it was already damaged, but I didn't have too much of a problem getting it replaced, so that's cool. But here we go again with the Gemini mailer, and it's wrapped in bubble wrap. That's what we like to see. And we'll take this Scotch tape off here. Where can we put this where it'll be safe? Maybe over here. Keep that tape the hell away from them books. That tape's just as bad as keeping water around these books. Alright, so what did we get? Now I know you guys have probably seen this, but you probably haven't seen this version of it. This is the, or should I say version of it. This is the Absolute Carnage #1. This is the Codex variant, and it's the Virgin Audi Granov Codex variant. I think all the other ones I've seen have had the logo, the trade dress, but this is the Virgin one. I really dig this artwork, and I wanted it for my Venom collection. And man, them colors pop, huh? There's something about purple and black and blue. All right. So, yeah, you know, an issue I'm having right now, guys, is DCBS. I got an email from DCBS the other day, and it said that my pre-order, you know, you order like 2 months, 3 months in advance, whatever it is. I think it's like 2 months. But it said that my credit card was declined, so I went and looked on my bank account, and it said that it was accepted. So it's the same exact amount. So I immediately emailed DCBS with the screenshots of both my account on their page showing that it was declined, and showing them the bank account with the same amount, and it's saying DCBS. That was like 3 or 4 days ago, and I've been checking my junk mail and everything else, and I haven't gotten a reply. So I'm waiting to see how this plays out, man. I know Spy Dog sounds getting a little agitated about it. Okay, last one. Second verse, same as the first. This is from eBay. I do remember. This is the one I do remember. So they wrote "Do not bend" on it. I'm going to cut right along there where it's flappy. And there's nothing there. And pop this sumbitch open. And let's see what they did here. So it appears that they wrapped it in multiple layers of cardboard. Yeah, you can see that, 2 double layers of cardboard. Wow, one side has double layer. Ah, no, they both have double layer. One looks a little squished though. Oh, don't get nervous, Spy Dog. We'll be all right. Okay, so we'll just cut the tape a little bit. Oh, I'm nervous too. You guys are gonna love this one. Oh, all right. Let's see what we got. Oh my, they taped it to the sides. I sure wish everybody would start putting blue tape in their tape box, because you need that shit. Go get you some blue tape. All right, here it is. This is a Sweet Baby, and it appears to be in the condition I hoped it would be. So what this is apparently this comic came out a few years back during the popular time. The time he was popular. This is the Justin Bieber Fame comic, and it is the I think it's Larry's Comics. Yeah, Larry's Comics variant edition. It's the Deadpool edition, and so help me God, I'm getting this CGC'd, and it's just looking at it through the bag. It's probably a contender, man. It's probably 9.6, 9.8, hopefully. Now, one of the things I've been doing with the CGCs is I've been getting every single thing pressed, every single thing. Now, if the presser might look at it, and if he changes his mind, I told him then he can refund my money or whatever. But at this point, man, I'd rather have a 9.8 than a 9.6, and if it's going to make a 0.2 difference, especially on a Justin Bieber Deadpool Fame comic, well then, hells yeah, I'm going to do it. So, alright guys, well that's it for the unboxings, and I guess Spy Dog, you want to go ahead and send them off and tell them to hit the music, and we'll check out what we got next. I want your swamp. I need your swamp. All right. That was my Misfits impression. My Glenn Danzig impression.
That was your impression.
Not nearly as impressive as my Sylvester Stallone impression. Hey, Spy Dog's joining us. Where you been, Spy Dog? Whee! Big ups.
He was sleeping.
Oh, look how excited he is.
I know.
Okay.
Yes.
So, we're here with Caribbean.
Did we use that one already?
Caribbean? Did we?
I thought we did.
How about ball peen?
What?
Ball peen's good. How about, I got it. We're using this one. Latrine.
Oh, no.
We're using that one. So I'm here with Latrine today.
That makes me think of that movie.
What movie? What movie?
The one where they spoofed the I can't think of the name of it. They spoofed the Princess Bride.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll think of it.
Oh, God.
But her name was Latrine.
Was it really?
Yes.
Do you know what a latrine is?
I do.
Okay. So.
I do.
So.
Yes.
So we're going to. Before we do anything, I want to give big ups to Buck again because he hooked me up with a Venom number 2. This is volume 3, number 2.
Oh, wow.
So he you know how he does his ordering in the mail and stuff, but he hooked me up with that. Didn't have one. I don't even have a number 2 for this. So even for the latrine. But anyways, this is it's a Comic Min exclusive. I think it might be. I didn't write who it is. It might be Perillo or something. Yeah, I think it is.
That is cool.
But yeah, so cool. Thanks, Buck. It's a hero. So
Yes.
we did a little running around.
Yes.
And
went to the city.
And I only got like 4 books there. But what'd you get?
I got 3.
What'd you get?
I got Harley Quinn number 64.
Did you get that off the shelf? Was that brand new that when you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I liked it because she is asking 1 or 2. You need to pick 1 or 2.
The latrine is asking number 1 or number 2?
She has number 1. Number 1 is on the bat. Number 2 is on the big ass mallet, and then she's saying pick 1 or 2.
There's a number 2 on the mallet?
Yeah.
I'm not asking any questions.
I don't know. That's what it is.
All right, what else you got?
And I finally got this. I thought I had it, but I did not.
You don't have that.
Oh, I do now.
Oh, okay. You do have that now.
Uh-huh. Guardians of the Galaxy number 21.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm sorry. I'm
That was the Clintar storyline. Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And while I was there, the one guy that worked there, he goes, I think you should get the War of the Realms Omega.
Why did he say that?
It was, what was it? I don't know. It was the first appearance of something.
Oh, okay.
But War of the Realms Omega.
That's a classic Thor pose with him on the ground with a hammer.
So he's like, I think you should get that. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I only have like, a couple other
That's odd that he would
so.
come up and say that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Do you think that was Mr. Jesus trying to give you a hint?
I don't know.
Sometimes I do that. I'm like, why do I have 2 copies? I'm like,
Yeah.
Mr. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm hoping, down the road, maybe, I don't know, see what goes on with it.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Mm.
Okay, well, while I was there,
what did you
I
get?
did a little digging in the back bin. Usually the same stuff I always look for.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Venom 151. I finally broke down and got this. It's the Mary Jane variant.
That's cool.
Mary Jane. So, can you see? Oh,
Oh.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's bad as hell. How's that? It's tight. Can you say tight? Tight. Say, scream it. Scream tight.
I don't want to scream time.
What the fuck? And I also broke down and finally got one of these. I've actually wanted it since the series came out. I don't know why I didn't buy it back in, but it's been a hot book recently. Carnage USA number 1. It's that badass Clayton Crane cover. Unforgettable.
I think I might have a true believer.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't $1. I think I paid I want to say it was like $12 or something for it, which probably isn't the going rate, something like that.
But
But then for my splurge, because
Yes.
you know I like to splurge sometimes,
Yes.
I got it's a twofer, and they're mid-grade copies, but I'm just happy to have them. It's Detective, and I think this came out of somebody's collection as a 2-for-2. I got a Detective Comics 475. It's a classic Laughing Fish storyline. The issue with this is it's a nice copy, except for it looks like a production error, like some kind of printing problem on the side here, like it's smudged. But other than that, it's a really nice copy.
So yeah, they're in pretty good shape.
And then this Detective Comics 476, which is the second part of it, of the classic Laughing Fish storyline. And I told you that there was a Batman animated series I showed you. Did you watch it? Of course not.
No, but I did watch. I did watch Hush,
You watched Tosh. That's good.
which I loved.
Wow. Okay.
But
Some people are hating on it, but I think it's because they have their mindset on. It isn't exactly like the comics. I enjoyed it. I don't know. It's not like the comic though. It's kind of like the comic, not really. But you got to read the comic because it's a big story.
well, I had ordered it, but they canceled.
That's right.
I
DCBS.
was so disappointed.
I don't. What'd you order? The trade paperback or yeah? Trust me, there's a lot of trade paperbacks and hardcovers out. You know what? When we go to Half Price Books or one of these other places, look in the used section. I guarantee you'll find a copy in there. So, all right, that was the trip to the city. That was a good one. And then we stopped at the place we usually stop last. This is we'll go to the place we stopped last. How about that?
Yes.
So we stopped last. What'd you get there?
I got a couple spawns.
Oh, you found some spoon. That was in a dollar bin, so.
Uh-huh.
That was a dollar bin spawn. That's always a good one.
Yes. 115.
Cool.
So, filling up some more holes in the spawn collection. 114. 110.
Nice. Jelly, bro.
I found this was because of the cat.
Kitty cover.
And only because of the cat. The Witching Hour. And then Batman Vengeance of Bane.
2.
2.
Vengeance of Bane #1 is the first appearance of Vengeance of Bane. This is the second one.
So
These are the
that's-
ones that you don't see Vengeance of Bane 2s out there too much. So yeah, that was why it stood out to. He had like 5 or 6 copies, but I remember like the rest of them were all like water damaged a little bit, and
this one doesn't look too bad.
so they had a little bit of that wrinkle, but it seemed like the pages were stuck together in those. So I was like, eh. But so you're not the only one to find spoons. I found a 102. I found some Swamp Things I was missing.
These.
A 122. And I found, let's see, these Batmans. I have the other printings I actually bought myself. They were, I don't know if I think they are Whitman's, but the ones that say DC Comics aren't just for kids.
Okay, yeah.
So I think they're 4th printings. I bought myself, but I found these are the first printings I found in there for $1 a piece.
Oh, wow.
So that's 424, 421, 414. There's so many printings of this era, of the early 80s, mid 80s of Batman's. 416. And then I found a Wonder Woman 18. This is the one I was missing for the Cersei storyline.
Okay.
So the first appearance of Cersei. So I think it's like 17, 18, and 19, if I'm not mistaken. So I finally got one of those. It's a nice copy. And then he had on the...
yeah, I don't know where mine is. I got one of those too. But I don't have that with me today. But I did get one of those.
When we walked in, he had these sitting on the table. He said somebody called, so he grabbed them off the shelf. I didn't see them. They were all in pretty nice condition, except for one little spinal ding, but it could be pressed out. Spawn issue $250. We paid cover price for it.
Yeah.
But I remember we bought supplies there. Was the main reason we went there, and then we just grabbed this shit.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah.
So that was a fun haul.
Yes.
And then we went to the other place where we like to dig in all the dollar bins. I didn't even know. I showed you guys in a video before the big warehouse looking thing where it's like dollar bin bonanza. Yeah. Like dollar bins for days.
Yeah.
I gotta get a little board or something for you so you stop doing it because you're driving me crazy.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna like put them here and then.
How about grab one of those trade paperbacks and put it on your lap across your lap, and then maybe a hardcover. So we went to the place that has all the dollar bins, and is there a sale, or we just went and spent regular price?
We just went.
Yeah.
There wasn't a sale or anything.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
For poo poo and ha-has.
Yes.
Well, since you're around effing over there, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, I always like to do a once over of what's on the shelf, and I came across this. I didn't know this existed, but it's bad as hell. I just really like the cover. Complete cover by War of the Realms #4, but it's the second printing. Look how badass that is, man. This is that one. You remember this one?
Yes.
Yeah, look at the colors on that. Look how,
I loved all the colors on it.
this is so Thor Ragnarok. I can't even tell you. Is that screaming Thor Ragnarok or what?
Yes.
So I paid regular price for that. But then I went to the dollar bins and started digging. And after we started digging, one of the guys came over and was like, he knows that we come in there a lot, and he always gives us tips if there's new stuff. And he's like, hey man, he's like, all this stuff's underneath. He's like, over here and there. He's like, that's the new stuff. So we're like, shit. Which we didn't get through the whole thing that day. So, but I did find, let's see, I've never seen these before. These are Marvel Milestones of Uncanny X-Men 275 and 276. I am beside myself as to why, but they're Marvel Milestone reprints. But I grabbed them because they're cool.
Yeah.
I found a couple cool She-Hulk covers. #5. She looks hot, dude.
I had to laugh when I saw that because my first thing was to look at
the horse.
At the horse.
Of course.
He has a big smile on his face.
And then She-Hulk #10. It was I Married a Man Wolf, which is hilarious. It looks like a classic horror poster in the background with her in her little wedding getup, looking hot. And I actually just watched a video on that where they were explaining that in this goofy storyline. Yeah. So, anyways, I had to grab those because those covers were badass. Grabbed a Ghost Rider Trail of Tears #1. It's a Clayton Crane, obviously, and it's an homage to his Ghost Rider #1. That's bad as hell.
Yeah, that is a nice cover.
I grabbed a Superman 165 Christmas. It's for the Christmas collection. This is one of those PSR ones. It says, "What if Aunt May had died instead of Uncle Ben?" And I never knew what this PSR was. What is it? Parental supervision required. Yeah. So now we know. I never knew what that was. And instead of the number, it has it there.
Yes.
Weird. Impulse #57, Christmas one.
Sweet Christmas.
Plaza on it. Mighty Avengers Secret Invasion #7.
Oh.
This is the I think this is the Venom Bomb storyline. Don't have that. It's cool. Venom. Thunderbolts #110. This is the second printing variant. Again with some Wolverine or with Venom on there. And since I filled up my little thing, I'll stop there and you can show some of your shit.
Okay.
Show your shit.
Okay, I'm gonna show my shit.
Shit show.
Well, the only one that I paid cover price for was the Conan the Barbarian #8. It's the Carnageized.
Oh, what's
cover.
best in life, Janine? Never mind. Okay.
Okay. But I don't know how many I'm gonna do here. But let's see. Venom: The Madness, Part 3 of 3.
Sorry.
So got that
Cool.
one. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
#2.
2.
That's that one that was kind of specking on. I think that's is that the first Donny Cates? First Donny Cates Marvel work or something like that? Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure.
These they were actually all 3 together, and he actually they were all 3 in a pack together, and I thought that he would charge break them up, but he charged me $1 for all 3,
cool.
Which was pretty cool. But Ultimate Spider-Man #60.
So it's the Ultimate Carnage storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
61 and 62.
Cool.
So that was pretty cool. I love the covers. Found some more Spawn. #50.
Okay. You said you like those Carnage covers. Those are Mark Bagley artwork. That's the like the Venom that I have the tattoo of.
Yes.
Like that's his artwork.
Yeah.
He's like the original Carnage artist. Okay.
Yeah, those were cool. Spawn 49.
Cool.
I found another copy of the New Avengers #30.
Oh, cool. The one that they have the True Believers of.
Yes.
Did you ever see the True Believers?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't. No. Did I buy it? No,
How much is it on the True Believers?
$1.
Oh, how much is it? How much was that?
$1.
Is there 2 copies in there?
There is.
Wow.
Whenever I picked this up and I went to, I put it on my pile to buy, and when I took it home and was
it tucked behind it?
Yes.
No shit, huh?
When I was bagging and boarding it, there was actually 2 copies of Spider-Man 2099 #1.
Cool.
And I'm gonna stop there because.
Did you fill up your little rack?
Yeah, that will not stay. But they're actually in pretty nice.
That was going to be my next
nice
question. Are they both
condition,
direct or are they? Let's see here.
know.
Yeah, they're both direct.
Okay.
That's cool. Usually the one
But,
behind is the nice one.
Yeah, like it was weird because they were both in there together, and I was surprised.
Well, I grabbed a Savage Wolverine #1 because it's a J. Scott Campbell, and I figured for the Wolverine collection, boom. I found all these what ifs in. Well, I shouldn't say all these what ifs, but there's a few what ifs that were cool. What if Doctor Doom had become the Thing? Ooh, another PSR. Count me in. Some Kelly Jones artwork here. Batman Gotham After Midnight, and it looks like this series, I've never seen a series before. It looks like they're based around holidays, so I found this is #6, around Halloween. #8 is Christmas. And let's see here. Let's do this. Then I found some Marvel team-ups that were really nice. I've been trying to find the nice ones of these. I'm not even pissing around with the beat-up ones. 110 with Iron Man. Number 90 with the Beast. I'm always happy when I find these in nice condition. 111 with Devil Slayer. I don't even know who Devil Slayer is. And I found a Elvira Badumpa House of Mystery #1. It's the second one I found, but they're always beat to shit.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? Just to have one.
Just to have it, I would have got
I grabbed it for $1. I don't know. It's first appearance of Elvira. And I'm going to get a nice one of these days.
Yeah, but just,
it's a Halloween special too, by the way.
just to have it though. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I found and it's got a couple little marks on the
Couple little marks.
But I found another dark book.
Okay.
With Carnage on the cover there.
Cool.
It's actually pretty.
We've seen
nice.
somebody selling those for $50, didn't we?
Yeah.
But it was like perfect condition.
Yeah, it was
real
perfect. Then I picked up a Moon Knight, Casualties of War, Moon Knight #8.
Cool. That's a good storyline. It's really screwy actually.
Right.
Okay.
Superboy #9.
Cool. First appearance King Shark.
Uh-huh.
These are all for $1.
Oh, yep, all $1. Rune versus Venom.
Boom.
#1. I did not have that, and I think you found it.
Yeah, I found that. Not so long ago, that thing was going for $50.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going for now.
Yeah. But Venom, I don't know. Oh, this is Shiver.
Yeah, I think it's volume 2 of the ongoing Venom series.
Okay. But this is part 5
Okay.
of that. Then this is Venom Run, part 2.
Remember that True Believers you bought, and I said it was a clone of Venom or whatever?
Yeah.
That's this series right here.
Okay.
So
And
that's
then,
Shiver Part 1 is the one True
okay.
Believers you have.
Okay. And then this is Shiver part 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thor #8
So that's the when we find out Jane Foster is
is,
the female Thor.
yes. It has a little, it had a little fold in it, from somebody putting it in the bin. It came out a little bit, but it could always be, you can kind of see
Oh,
right
really?
there. Yeah.
Not terrible. It's not color breaking. I can't notice it from here.
No, I don't know.
It could be saved.
It could be saved.
Okay.
And I wasn't going to leave it there for
Okay.
$1. I'm like,
Cool.
yeah, no. Found another. Well, you actually found another Doom Patrol #1 for me.
Blue Devil #1.
Blue Devil #1.
Blue Devil's cool.
And I might just do one more. This is Secret Wars, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #10.
You used to see these in dollar bins all the
Yes,
time, and now I never
did.
see Secret Wars in dollar bins. I think everybody
Yeah.
scoops them up now.
And I'm going to stop there.
Stop
'cause
there!
It's,
Okay, so I found another Christar #8, not high grade, but A little nicer than the one I had.
Yeah.
This is the infamous Danzig.
It's much nicer than the copy I have. The copy I have, I bought it just because I have never found that, and the color. Somebody actually, you could tell they were like coloring on it.
Did they stay inside the lines?
They did stay inside the lines. Yeah.
So that, if you guys ever, I know I discussed this before in another video. That skull on the bottom is the Glenn Danzig. He swiped it for his album cover. That's his band logo now. Crazy. Hit Monkey number 2. And I found some nice copies of Spectacular Spider-Man, which I was missing. Number 18, number 52, and then I found. Let's put this one at the bottom. Yeah, what the hell? We'll show. This is actually a really good find. I just saw this. What, $15? What we see it on the shelf for? Yeah, Batman 10 Nights of the Beast storyline. This is the first appearance of KG Beast. Batman number 417. Really nice condition. Can't believe it was in there for $1. I don't have any of these, so I was happy to find a really nice one. It's Supervillain Team Up. It's Dr. Doom and Magneto. Supervillain Team Up number 14, I should say. Then I found a couple Marvel 2-in-1s I was missing that were in real nice condition. Number 53. And maybe it's just one. And then this I've seen on a wall. In fact, I saw it yesterday on a wall. This is Batman Chronicles number 21. This is the first Brian Bendis DC story, and it's not even really a Batman story. It's kind of like, I think it takes place in Gotham or something. It's been so long since I read it, but it's first Bendis DC, and now he's over at DC, so which we never thought would happen. So, New Mutants number 19, the Demon Bear. It's that cover. It was a beautiful cover, beautiful copy, high grade. So I grabbed it because I'm pretty sure my copy's shit. Fallen Angels number 2, first appearance of what?
What's his name? He's a lobster.
Bill the Lobster. So we grabbed that up.
I was going to say Bill and Ted.
And I'm going to be putting that one off to the side. All right, what do you got?
Okay, I found this. I thought it was pretty cool. It's Arena Magazine number 17, but it has Spawn on the cover.
Spin.
And the Violator. So I got that for $1.
There's your...
There it is. Okay. So
what else? Oh, then that was the next day?
Yeah, this.
Okay.
And I think this.
Okay.
Yeah, this and this. That was the next.
Well, you might as well just throw these out. This is what you missed on the other ones. The ones that were missing. The ones she just said were missing.
The Spawn 250 that I picked up at the other place, and then
that was out of the dollar bin, but that's that classic issue.
Yeah, this is the classic, the breaking of the Batman.
Oh yeah.
He's breaking his back. So.
I wondered what would break first, your mind or your body. All right, so you don't have any more for this day.
No.
So I'm gonna go ahead and rock this out.
Okay.
So I found a Batman Sword of Azrael number 4. I have multiple number 1s and only a couple of number 4s. I figured I might as well get for $1 and maybe work on getting the set. It was a nice copy. You found another Beautiful Stories for Ugly Children, so I figured, I might as well add to that collection. And then I found this, and this is really cool. This is it's called a Marvel Tales Flip magazine. I know in earlier videos I found like 2 other ones, but this one's in like perfect condition. And this reprints Amazing Spider-Man number 30. That's the J. Michael Straczynski series. And if you thought it's the one, you would know the cover because it's got the ball of spider webs with people hanging out of it, Spidey crawling across it. But it also has this. It's Aranya number 1. This is the first appearance of Aranya. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. And then Spider-Man manga number 1. And a Swamp Thing I was missing, number 102. Number 72. And these are really good ones. You found a couple of these. Mm-hmm. These are 46. Look, it's got... Phantom Stranger and Batman and Hawkman on there. 45. Number 44. Let's do that. Another Psyblade She. So this is, don't forget, this is the first appearance of Witchblade. Gonna put that one off to the side too. And I just grabbed this because there was a whole stack of really nice G.I. Joe collection. And I didn't want to buy them all because I'm not a huge G.I. Joe fan, but this is one of those covers I just think is badass, and I grabbed it. And then I can't believe this was in there. This is actually a pretty high grade copy of Machine Man #1, the Jack Kirby series. So I scooped that up, and I'm happy to have a Machine Man #1. I'm not even sure what they go for. I know we saw one on the wall yesterday.
We saw one on the wall yesterday.
I don't remember what the price was.
No.
But I'm happy to have one. I had another one too that I got out of a dollar bin, but it wasn't that nice.
It was probably 30 or 35 because it seemed like most of them were.
Okay, so then that was it. We gave up on that whole store and never went back again, right?
No.
Oh. Ooh, I forgot there's that one.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say this is the recall.
That's the recall.
Yeah. So
I wonder where mine is.
I'll just throw that out there real quick. But we did pick up the Uncanny X-Men #21. This is the recall.
Well, why was it recalled? I forget. Does it have pages in there, or I can't even remember. Definitely recalled.
Yeah, I think it had to do something with the pages.
Okay.
Yeah, remember it had did have the war. It had War of the Realms.
Maybe
story
it did.
Or something in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it might have been the War of the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have it on the back. Printing error, War of the Realms pages. So it had some War of the Realms storyline pages thrown in there by mistake.
Okay. I know I have one of those, but I have no idea where it is.
Um.
Okay. So what did you get out of the dollar bin?
So I got Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Warlock, #55.
Okay, you better fix that.
Oh,
you have to do it now.
Oh no.
But that's first appearance of like 3 of the Infinity Gems, right?
I think so. Okay. This I thought was cool. Immortal Iron Fist #8.
Like unto a fist of iron.
And it is actually. It says there's like first appearances of I don't even know who these people are. Fat Cobra, Prince of Orphans, Bride of Nine Spiders. I mean,
wow. Okay.
I have no idea, but I liked the cover.
Okay.
So
that series is actually really good of Iron Fist.
Found another Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Numero 1.
#1.
You see that? It's just regular Hawkeye #1. Okay. Because there's an all new Hawkeye #1 series too, and I always get confused because I see those in there.
Morbius, the Living Vampire.
Roar. Hiss and roar.
Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Cool.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy. This is #7.
Guardians.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm saying it wrong. It's Guardians.
Guardians.
Galaxy.
Of the Galaxy.
But this is Groot rejoins them after becoming full grown. Like when he was, if you remember from the movie, then he was in the little
baby Groot.
Little baby Groot. Well, it's like after he becomes fully grown, and then he rejoins.
By the way, these we went back the next day after we did the other. This is the haul the next day because we were like, oh man, we didn't make it through all those boxes. We got to go back, and we ended up finding good stuff.
We found some good stuff. Yeah. Superboy #0.
So that's the first cameo appearance of King Shark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Man Thing.
Man Thing. You're a big fan of the Man Things.
Man Thing. Found a couple spawns. #40. And #39.
That's the Christmas one.
Which is a Christmas one.
How exciting. And
I'm going to stop there because I'm kind of full and I only have a couple.
Yeah,
I only have a couple more.
This isn't the Green Bean Show. All right. I found this. I was all excited because it's Adventures of Superman, but it has that DC Comics Aren't for Kids logo. Mm-hmm. And normally that means it's like a second, third, fourth printing. When I open it up, it's not. It's the first printing. This is the only comic I've ever seen with that logo that is the first printing.
First printing.
Yeah. Bizarre. I grabbed this, a Marvel Premiere #38, because it's a Whitman.
Oh, yes it is, isn't it?
And I also grabbed this. This is actually in really nice shape. Captain America #229. A traitor in our midst. It's a Whitman. Then I found this. This is cool for the Christmas collection.
Yes.
The Batman and Robin adventure. So it was based on the Batman animated series, but it's signed to Jessica. If you look down the bottom there, it's signed to Jessica by Paul Dini, who was one of the writers on the show and did the comics. That's cool.
The Christmas tree is on fire.
It's on fire. I got a Superboy Zero as well. And I got this Veronica number 108. It's a Christmas. There's so many Archie Christmas comics. It's redonkulous. The Boys number 66. That guy looks like he's up to something.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like
he
like
looks
a cat.
like, yeah.
Ash and the Army of Darkness, number 3. I think this is a Arthur. Yeah, it's an Arthur Soydam cover, so I didn't pass it up. And I found a super nice copy of War Machine. This is the deluxe shiny. Edit in there. But this is the War Machine shiny edition cover, number 1, and that is it for that. Until you go ahead and finish yours.
Okay, I just have a couple more. The new Teen Titans number 22.
Okay, which is?
I don't know.
It's the first appearance of Blackfire. It's Starfire's sister.
Okay. What if Spider-Man had kept his cosmic powers?
Whoa. Cool.
I don't know. What if?
What if?
I also picked up a copy of Fallen Angels.
Bill the Lobster.
Number 2.
Shiny.
And I got this Ghost Rider 2099.
Holy Terminator skull.
1. Yeah.
That's
shiny, and
Woo.
shiny.
Turn that down.
And that is what I got. So that's all for me.
Okay, well I grabbed, I've been wanting one of these and I'm so glad I found one finally. Captain Atom number 12. You can remember that cover. It's first appearance of Major Force. He's basically like the evil Captain Atom, but he's the guy who stuffed the female in the refrigerator.
Edit the living shit out of that thing, Spy Dog. Woo!
Edit! No, there's a Spy Dog edit in there.
Another edit.
Another Swampy I was missing, number 15. I think this is from volume 3 or 4, or volume 4, I think. I found a really sharp copy of Legionnaires number 0, first appearance of Excess. Found another copy of X-Men number 4. This is the one that came with the toy. This is a super nice copy. This is the Gambit cover, the variant of that. So that's the first appearance of Omega Red.
Oh, okay.
So that's super cool. And then I bought 3 of these, and there's a reason for that. This is Batman Shadow of the Bat number 88. And the reason I bought 3 of them, because I was like, there's 3 of them sitting here. One of them has to be the recall. So there was a recall on these, and the reason being was there was pages out of order. So if you read it, the beginning of the storyline, there's like 2 pages that are at the end, and so it makes absolutely no sense. So they had to redo it, so it's a recall. So I definitely wanted another copy. I had a copy that I got. It wasn't even off the shelf. They never put it on the shelf. They just gave it to me whenever, because I had a subscription. But I was like, I want another copy. So I found it. Now I can't find my regular copies. For some reason, it's not with my collection. So that's my main copy now. So that was it for the second day, and that was plenty of comic hunting for me.
That was plenty of, yeah.
I think maybe that's why we burned out and didn't go the following
I
week.
think that's, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. And I guess, I don't know, you want to Nerdcore out? Spy Dog?
Sure.
Spy Dog, Nerdcore
I
out?
think he went to sleep.
Did he go to sleep?
Yeah.
We're boring as shit. You probably put everybody else to sleep, too.
I hope not. Oh, well.
All right, guys. Get out there. Like and subscribe.
Yes,
Get out there. Do some hunting.
comments.
Find you some dollar
Throw
books.
some comments up,
Yeah.
like, subscribe.
Throw your comments in the air.
Yeah.
Say them like you just don't care. All right, guys. We're going to Nerdcore out. Nerdcore?
Out.
What if I had the power to gather all of my favorite MCs with the illest comic book characters and they became arch enemies? Inconceivable, unbelievable, yet as wild as it seems. The Emperor and Stan Lee would coach the 2 opposing teams. Keep it clean, no back.